Thanks to the efforts of organizations like the Nature Conservancy, the number of Florida panthers that roam the South Florida landscape is growing. About 160 panthers are thought to exist today, up from only 30 in 1995. Will this momentum continue? Can these iconic animals in our communities thrive together? Yes, but we all must play a role in realizing this vision. The tiny piece of our planet Florida panthers call home is simply too small. Cities and other barriers make it almost impossible for panthers to roam and grow.
The panther has been tenacious, and while their population's levels have dropped over time, we've seen them rebound with science and conservation coming together. But they're now at a critical point. They've reached carrying capacity. That's the amount of population they can have in the area they currently live.
In 2012, the Nature Conservancy purchased the narrow passage where panthers are crossing the Caloosahatchee River. Protecting this passage gives panthers access to healthy habitat to grow and raise their young. But that habitat could go away if we don't act now.
They need more land. And the great thing is, that land's available.
This area of Florida matters to all of us. These natural and agricultural areas clean our water and air, and the recreation and economic opportunities they present are primary reasons why so many people live in and visit our great state. We have the chance to secure a healthy future for the land, for us, for the panther. What if we miss this opportunity? You can be a part of making sure the number of panthers in the wild can head in the right direction, meaning that this area continues to support not only their growth, but ours too. Today, 160. Tomorrow...
Would you believe the Florida panther will soon be extinct if we don't do something? That their habitat for living and breeding are dwindling? Hi, my name is Mike Hodge. Today I'd like to talk to you about a growing concern to me and communities as a whole, the demise of the Florida panther and their habitats. Most of my classmates said they are not familiar with any efforts to save the Florida panther. I hear about it at work, and I hear about it on the news, another one being hit by a car. This pic behind me is one taken from a game camera not too far from here. My main points are dealing with the threats the Florida panther are facing: loss of habitat and vehicular death. According to SierraClub.org, Florida panthers prefer hardwood hammocks and pinelands. The saw palmetto is the most important plant. They use that for resting, stalking, preying, and for dens. Habitat loss and fragmentation is the greatest threat facing the Florida panther. Nature.org says the Florida panther is the most endangered mammal on the planet. Less than 160 cats left in the wild. Most live around the Ocklawahochee Slough State Forest. It is just under 32,000 acres. It is located in the southwest part of Florida near Felda. They can also be found in the Florida Panther National Wildlife Refuge near Naples. Panthers do roam to the north. Several have been seen in Georgia, but they haven't bred or established home ranges north of the Caloosahatchee River. This is a critical obstacle in the panther's survival. They can also be found near the Big Cypress National Reserve and Everglades National Park. SierraClub.org says on a 5-year average, 25 are killed a year, 17 of those being hit by a vehicle. Vehicle collision is the largest human-caused threat to individual panthers. Males defend territories up to 200 square miles, and a single female will establish her home range within 75 square miles of that male's territory. Let me tell you some history and reasons that this is the case. SierraClub.org says that this history of their demise and a realization of what has to be done to keep them from being extinct. In 1887, the state of Florida authorized a $5 bounty on each scalp. In 1950, the panther was regulated as a game species. In 1958, the Florida panther was listed on an endangered species under state law. In 1967, the federal government did the same. In 1973, the Florida panther was added to the Endangered Species Act. In 1982, the Florida panther was made the state animal. And in 1989, the Florida Panther National Wildlife Refuge was created. And in 1994, 8 female Texas cougars were introduced to increase genetic diversity. They were later removed. By supporting organizations like BigCatRescue.org or SierraClub.org, we can help to open eyes in our government and also start to rebuild panther habitat suitable for breeding and maintaining a safe environment for them to live. There are so many bills in our government we need our representatives to pass. They need letters from all of us knowing we support saving the panther and their habitat. Monetary donations help educate people of the ongoing problems that the Florida panther are facing. It also buys lands for panthers for current habitats because their current habitat is simply too small and fragmented for population to grow to a healthy and sustainable level. Panthers have reached a maximum capacity within their home range. BigCatRescue.org says there are 3 areas to focus on. One is improving panther habitat. Second is breeding in captivity for releasing into the wild. And the third is researching crossbreeding of closely related subspecies. The panther need large wilderness areas for its survival. According to PantherSociety.org and other organizations, groups have helped in the survival of the panther. In 1974, Big Cypress National Preserve and the Fakahatchee Strand State Preserve were formed and conserved 645,000 acres of panther habitat. Another group that is helping is called Defenders of Wildlife. Defenders.org says in 2007 they assumed a key role in improving Collier County's rural lands. This program helped save 50,000 acres of panther habitat by providing economic incentives for preserving native habitat and agricultural lands for panthers. Now I want you to think about a national or state park you have visited. I want you to think of its beauty. I want you to think of the wind blowing through the trees, birds chirping. Now think of rich, suitable land for panthers, hundreds of thousands of acres for panthers to roam free, to breed, and no vehicular traffic. I hope, like many of me, none of you want to see any animals go extinct, especially one as beautiful and graceful as our state animal. This is where I need you to help. Write a letter. Volunteer some of your time. Become a member of an organization or donate money. Half of you said that you would write a letter. I challenge the other half of you to do the same. PantherSociety.org has a link on their website for a mailing address. If you see a panther, report it to the FWC. Their website is panthernet.org. Please follow your heart by writing, volunteering, becoming a member, or donating. Please help our planet. It's the only one we have. Thank you.